WITN Endzone, every Friday night at 11. High school football. Scores and highlights. Regional games, regional coverage. WITN Endzone, sponsored by 264 Shoes and Apparel.
After a frigid night on the gridiron, we not only have high school football highlights, but we also have feeling back in our extremities. Welcome to the End Zone. I'm Dugan Lloyd, where aside from minor frostbite, round 4 did not disappoint. Our show starts in Vanceboro, where in 4A, West Craven hosted Southwest Edgecombe in a conference rematch. The Eagles took round 1 by 25 in October and needed to double down tonight. There's no such thing as a 50-50 ball to Jeremiah Lee. That's 90-10 for the game's first points. His quarterback, DJ Davis, had accounted for 48 touchdowns entering the night, and the DJ would spin a few more in this first half. He goes right back up to Lee, who was unguardable as the Eagles led 12-6. Anything you can do, I can do better. That's Justin Bridger's motto, and it fits here. The jump ball from Davion Mayo Jr. sets up Southwest in the red area, and from there, Kenaji Hopkins skips in to tie them back up at 12. After that, though, West Craven's defense buckles up. They go up a level. It did not allow a single point in the second half as they're off to the East Final with a 40-12 win. Now, while the Cougars got bounced tonight, they weren't our only local Cinderella story. In 3A, Farmville Central had surprised a lot of people as a 13 seed, but would have their hands full with the top seed, James Keenan, tonight, where Haley Hollinger joins us from.
Yeah, Dugan, and when most people see a 1 seed versus a 13 seed matchup, they might not find it very desirable. But if anybody thought that about this game, they must have never seen Farmville Central or James Keenan play football, because man, did they put on a show. The two remain tight the entire first half, but the Tigers will be the first out of the gate. A little pitch to Jeremiah Hall, and he's part of the Jaguars D-line like the Red Sea, making it all look too easy if you ask me. 36-19, James Keenan. Next Farmville Central drive, B.J. Gardner on the prowl, and he's taking matters into his own hands, all while keeping the Jags in the game, 26-36. But the Tigers have been hungry to advance since last season, so somebody give Talil Pearson his CDL, because he was trucking all the way home. 44-26 Tigers. And look out, because they're not done yet. After a Farmville Central score, Cito Zalea comes barreling through, escaping the claws of the Jags for another James Keenan tutty and a punch ticket to regionals. After a 51-32 win, Coach Tim Grady says his team's connectivity is what continues to make them great.
They bond, they're united. You know, one thing that we've kind of preached all season, and they do it up until this locker room talk before the game: be united, and that's what they are. And they fight for one another, they fight for the coaching staff, and man, what could a coach ask for better than that? So.
And the feeling after any playoff win is unimaginable, but I can't even begin to describe the electricity on Bill Taylor Field here tonight. You had people storming the field after the handshake line, and of course those James Keenan fireworks. It will be incredibly exciting to see how these Tigers do as they move to regionals next week. In Warsaw, Haley Hollinger, WITN Endzone.
All right, BYOCDL. Thank you, Haley. As we mentioned here, the Tigers, they're going to get Kinston next week in the 3A East Final, as the Vikings, they won a thriller up at Northeastern in their third straight playoff victory on the road. As for 5A, still a bunch of local teams were in the running. Starting in Jacksonville, Northside was back at home tonight for Rocky Mount. When our cameras got there, the Monarchs would lead 14-6 after a ground and pound first half. That score would last into the fourth quarter, where the North Side offense gets to work. Reginald Gray to Gavin Davis on third down, and from there, they'd fight in the trenches. Zion Jones on the carry, this time to the doorstep, which sets up Gray to pull the ball. They call it on the very next play, and it fools everyone. Monarchs grit their way to a 21-6 victory to advance to the 5A East Final.
It showed that we're tough, just that we're willing to fight. We probably played a complete game tonight, and we're excited about that, and hopefully continue over the next week. The Monarchs will get the winner of this next one, where Croatan was at Hunt.
On the road, the Cougars sent an early message through the air. Cannon McBride connecting with J.P. Bacoli for the first points of the game. Next drive for Croatan, McBride finds the water boy, Andrew Boucher. He fumbles in the end zone, but watch this. Ryan Wine recovers for the touchdown. It's 14-zip Croatan. Hunt, though, their offense had answers. Mez Harris calls his own number on the option and takes off. He cuts back, covering a couple miles on the play to make it 14-7. And like that, the Warriors, they're rolling. A little bit later, Harris finds Jamaris Howard, who streaks right down the sideline and in as Hunt takes a classic. They beat Croatan 32-29 in a crushing loss for the Cougs.